Good morning and welcome to Apex Live, Oman's most popular online talk show. Apex Media and the National Hospitality Institute have joined forces to launch Hospitality Champions 2020. This is an exciting program to recognise Omani talent in the hospitality sector across 29 categories. And today we are honoured to have as our guest His Highness Sayyid Tarik bin Shabib bin Taimur al-Sayyid. He is the chairman of the National Hospitality Institute, SAOG. Your Highness, good morning and welcome to Apex Live. My first question is, with the expansion of the tourism and hospitality sector in the Sultanate, how vital is it that organisations such as the NHI are able to recruit and train quality candidates for the workforce?
Well, I think it's a vital part of the whole process. The tourism industry in general has huge potential for employment. According to some calculations, up to about 5 people employed for every room that we build, every hotel room that we build. And so currently, I think Oman's at about 25,000 odd rooms, and that translates into nearly 130,000 people employed in that. And there are more coming, and we need to be prepared for that, and we need more Omanis in that industry.
Do you think it's possible that the tourism sector could overtake the importance of, let's say, oil and gas as a generator of GDP?
Well, I think we're still some way away from hospitality rivaling oil and gas, but I think certainly if you were to look at it from the point of view of investment in this industry and the amount of jobs created for every real spent, from that perspective, we could definitely be rivaling oil and gas as a job generator.
In thinking about young Omanis entering the institutions for training and then being placed in the workforce and starting their career in Oman, obviously hotel groups, they move people around. So if one of the ambitions is to not only recruit and train but retain graduates within the sector, is it a double-edged sword that they actually might then be moved internationally?
It is, but it's also an attractive dimension of the industry, in that I could spend some time working in Oman, but then I could end up in an exotic location somewhere else, and then I come back from there. And that ability to move can also be, I think, one of the selling points of entering this industry.
I think it's certainly a very positive initiative, and to recognise people that the public don't generally see, as well as those that they do, is a laudable thing, and we hope it's a great success. And I would like to thank you for giving us your time today, Your Highness, and we look forward to executing the awards over the next few months.
Well, likewise, we're very happy to collaborate with you on this, because we really feel the message needs to get out, and more people need to come and have a look at this industry and participate in it.
Thank you. It's now my great pleasure to welcome to the Apex Live couch the architect of Hospitality Champions 2020 and the principal of the National Hospitality Institute, Mr. Robert MacLean. Welcome, Robert.
Thank you very much, Mark. Great to be here.
Thank you. So, we heard from His Highness about the importance of raising the profile of the hospitality sector, particularly within the young Omani community.
Yeah.
And how do you feel that Hospitality Champions 2020 will support that?
What this will do is it raises the bar, it raises awareness of the industry, and that's really what we need to do now. We've got so many young people out there who have got a potential interest in our industry, and we see it really as our job, as our duty, to make sure that they fully understand what the industry is about.
Yeah.
And I know that often it is portrayed sometimes in negative terms, and therefore we have to work harder to showcase the good side of it.
Okay.
it's a career, it's travel. We've got many young Omanis now who've been in the trade for several years now, gone up through the ranks and done tremendously well. So there are really good opportunities. Everyone can see the industry's growing. More jobs are available, and we want to showcase to a wider field that the jobs are acceptable and that they really are worth doing.
Okay, and where did the inspiration for Hospitality Champions come from, specifically?
I think internally NHI, we've always championed success. So we have our own internal success systems where we have trainees of the month, where we are rewarding, because we understand that people need to feel that they, to say thanks for doing a good job. We all like that. And in the wider industry, there was nothing really available in Oman. I got involved in some regional judging for competitions, and I looked and said, well, why can we not bring this locally? And I think we've been talking about this for a while, but I think now with the number of properties that have opened up, the numbers are that employed within the trade, I think it's the right time now to say that's it. We need to reward and showcase.
There are so many roles in the sector. What kind of categories will there be in the Hospitality Champions 2020 Awards? And could you give us an example?
I think we've got from memory, because we might still change some of the two of them, but I think we're around about 20, 26, 27 categories. Key thing we're trying to do here is to encourage people, particularly in some of the day-to-day roles. So you've got people in roles working in restaurants, working in housekeeping, who very often do what some see as quite a regular, possibly mundane type job. But they do a fantastic job. They're there every day. A lot of their local associates are saying how good they are. But that's as far as it goes. This is a way now of showcasing them. And by doing that, I think others will be inspired. So we've got quite a range. We obviously covered as many departments as we possibly can, because in a hotel you have such a wide range of people. Even now we have to think of things like IT, because the guest might have a wonderful breakfast and a lovely check-in, but if his Wi-Fi doesn't work, that's it. The service has collapsed.
You wouldn't ordinarily think about that, would you?
Yeah.
Given the growth of the hospitality sector and tourism in the Sultanate, how will the NHI need to adapt for the future and the growing demand for Omani workforce?
We are always watching the market. We are trying to understand where the demand is going and change our resources as and when that happens. And we have a duty to make sure we keep our eye on the ball, and to ensure that we can train enough people to feed the requirement. And we are very conscious of the fact now that it's grown. We have a lot more properties, and for NHI, probably over the next 2 to 3 years, some big decisions have to be made in terms of how we can take on that growth.
Do you have any early feedback from general managers of hotels, for example, or other players in the sector regarding the Hospitality Champions 2020 programme?
Yes. As you know, we had the GM chef table about 4 to 6 weeks ago, and where we invited some of the biggest hotel properties in the country. We invited the GMs in, and with you we presented what this was about, and we got their buy-in. We took on some comments on board, we took on some suggestions, and I feel very positive now that they are part of it. And I think we've already seen a bit of that buy-in coming in. So we want to be with industry. We're not doing this over their heads. And I think anyone in industry who's understands what's going on in the market will be saying, this is great. This is something where we can reward our people and encourage others. And the main thing for us, all those young people looking in on this, seeing the success, seeing the vibrancy, seeing the life that's going on amongst it, is going to say, I want a bit of that, and I'm going to join. And if we can do that, then we've been successful.
Well, we're very proud at Apex Media to be working with the National Hospitality Institute, and we look forward to a successful programme.
As we do, and delighted that we've got such a great media partner to do this, because it's not something that we would be able to do on our own. So I think we're looking forward to a good partnership.
Great. Thank you, Robert.
Pleasure. Thank you.